Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome in. It's great to see you. Hello, Miss Mary and Kim, Angela, Deborah's in the house. Welcome in. Let's see, Yarn Bar Christy. Welcome in. It's great to see you, ladies. What you working on tonight? Hello, Deanna. Welcome in. How are you? What you working on? It's great to see you all. Mm, I need loads and loads of coffee tonight. For whatever reason, for the last few days, I have been just dog tired. I don't know why. It just seems like no matter how much I sleep, I am so tired. Ooh, a top. Wonderful. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome in. It's great to see you. We are going to finish up our macrame tonight. Just very exciting. Hello, Miss Jen. Welcome in. It's great to see you, Christy. And Deborah's working on her top. My goodness, everybody's got wearables going. I will be working on a top of sorts after the live tonight. I will be practicing some embroidery because the king has been asked to step back and go onto the machines again for a little while to help the company out because they're a little short staffed right now while they're doing some rearranging of stuff. So he needs some shirts with his name embroidered on them. So I have to practice on an old shirt to see if I can get everything to line up appropriately before we go out and purchase some shirts so that I can embroider his name and the company name onto them for him so that he has something to wear at work, as it is mandatory that they have that done on their shirts. But by the time he would order some new work uniforms, we're hoping he'll be back in his position of maintenance. So doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to order uniforms that won't get there until you're hopefully back doing the job that you do have uniforms for. Because it's a different uniform depending on what job you're doing. Crazy that your clothes matter, but I guess they do, you know. Oh, playing with spinning. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I haven't done any spinning in so long, and I have some I need to get done. Ugh, so many jobs, only one me. Hello, Nifty. Welcome in. And we went and put a deposit on our little lady's brother. Oh, have I told you guys yet? I'm not sure. Have I showed you guys or told you guys yet about Fawn, the new baby goat? I can't remember if we had her last week or not. Well, if I didn't tell you guys, we got a baby goat. Her name is Fawn. She's really adorable. She was one of three. Her brother, Jax, will be coming home in a few weeks after he has been fixed because, of course, being that they are brother and sister from this, the same litter. I don't know what they call it with goats. From the same mom, from the same dad at the same time. Like I said, they were part of triplets. There was two little boys and a little girl. We brought the little girl home, I guess maybe, was it Tuesday last week? I don't remember what day, but she's absolutely adorable. We're working on getting her to where she, wants us to be playing with her. She's gotten to the point where she will, touch her nose to my fingers before she runs away. Uh, it takes a little while. She wasn't hand reared, so it takes a little while to gain that trust. But like I said, her brother will be coming home in a couple of weeks after he's been, had his little rubber band put on him and everything's good that way. I will show you guys some pictures in just a moment. But I just wanted to let you know before we get into that Miss Deborah, I have you wrote down for your super chat. Thank you very much. And everybody that commented on the replay last week got in for the replay draw. I was going to draw 10 people. I had 8 comments, so everybody got in. It made it real simple. I didn't even have to use the random comment picker. Miss Christie says, when I worked construction, I used to buy and use work shirts from a store in Linden, New Jersey. They always had different men's names on them. My male coworkers would always call me by the name on the shirt. Oh, that's too funny, Miss Christie. Way too funny. Oh, Fawn and Penelope have made best friends. Matter of fact, Penelope is sleeping outside like a big girl piggy with Fawn, and she's very much liking it. They snuggle up together every night. I sneak out there and check on them, and they'll be snuggled up real close and really getting yeah, they're getting the routine down very well. They get along very well. Fawn doesn't stay very far from Penelope all day long. She follows her around the yard. Oh, government ads, icky. Me too. I don't like them either. Hello, Miss Jen. And hello to anybody that I missed while I was jabbering on. Let's see, I'll pull up see if I can pull up a picture of Miss Fawn. Go. Let's see. There she is. But we go like this and then like that. There we go. There is little baby Fawn. Now this picture is, of course, zoomed in. She is just about as tall as my fire pit, which is 2 cinder blocks and a flat block tall. So not quite 3 cinder blocks. She's just a hair taller than Penelope. She's very small, but her brother is quite a bit smaller than she is. He was the runt of the litter. Matter of fact, that is why I picked him, because it's been my experience that the runt of the litter generally makes for the best animal. So, and then the neighbor gave her a housewarming gift, which everybody has decided that they really like. So yeah, oop, they got a trampoline as a housewarming gift.
Yeah, she's one spoiled lady.
He likes to pretend that I'm spoiled. Can you believe it? Isn't that such poppycock? Psst, right? I mean, totally. No way I'm spoiled. Not me. Let's see. This was right after we brought her home. Everybody had to say hi and meet her. So yeah. Yeah, she is going to be a very, very fun addition to the family. I'm very excited to have her. And we've been cleaning up more of the property, clearing out some more stuff. Yes, getting critters is so exciting. I love baby critters. I mean, I love grown-up critters too, don't get me wrong, but baby critters are so much fun. And then Mr. Tiny just turned 3 years old. So that means he is officially done growing. He will not grow anymore unless he gets a little chunky on me, which, that could happen maybe a little bit. Yes, I'm a very, very, very lucky lady. The king is an amazingly sweet person. And I, I pick, but I know that I am very, very spoiled. Um, Maybe not with all the material possessions in the world, but with every ounce of love that I could ever possibly want. Oh, for sure, for sure. This week we're eating fresh strawberries because strawberry season. Yummy, yummy. I love strawberry season. So we've been eating on strawberries and we've had some cantaloupe and uh, a whole bunch of other, fun yummies. It's been so much fun having the piggies around because I can justify buying those vegetables that I can't eat the whole thing by myself, and the king isn't really a fan of them. The pigs will eat them with me, so I can share with them. And hello, Mel. Welcome in, sweetheart. It's great to see you. Well, should we get to work? Oh, look at that. Mel won a giveaway at Mama G's. Congratulations, Mel. That is awesome. She is a lucky ducky. She wins some of the best prizes sometimes, I tell you. All right. So we are almost done. This is our last stage. 2 giveaways? Oh my goodness, girlfriend. That is awesome. So we will be doing 2 rows where they go pointing downwards to finish off the boxes, and then we're all done. And then I will show you what I decided I'm going to use for my macrame plant holder. I still have to design it. Hopefully I will get that done this week and have it ready for our live next week. Next week we will be drawing our winner for this month, which is very exciting. And I really hope that whoever wins, that when they get their hand spun yarn, that they are inspired to make something right away. Just because I absolutely love seeing my yarn made up into something. So, you know, I mean, of course, if you decide to hold on to it forever and just have it to look at, I do understand. Um, but it would really make my heart dance with joy if I seen it made up into something. Just saying. All right. So we are going to go right under this middle knot. And we're going to leave about the same distance as, point you upwards a little bit. There we go. As we did right here, we are going to do that again down here. So here we go. And we are going to do our double square knot as we've been doing. The great thing about macrame patterns, just like crochet, is there's all kinds of repetition. So if you're a ADD or ADHD person like me, that is very soothing for the brain. There we go. Now we are going to work downwards. So we're going to take the center two and the next two, or the center one and the outside one, and then the next two, and create another double square knot. I know, I cannot wait to see it, Miss Christie. Stephanie told me about it, but I haven't got to see it yet. And I'm very, very excited. She used some of my hand-dyed yarn, and she also, well, that particular hand-dyed yarn was some that I dyed with hibiscus flowers. And I just planted a hibiscus bush yesterday. So that will be fun to watch it grow. And hopefully harvest some beautiful flowers off of that to then later on dye some more yarn with. Oh, that's awesome, Deanna. I'd love to see them when you're done. Yeah, right, Deborah. I have no idea why they have that. And I am getting you wrote down, Miss Sally. Thank you very much. I'm not sure what color the hibiscus will end up being. The picture on the plant showed a multitude of colors, and unfortunately it didn't have any current flower blooms or buds on it for me to check the color. So I just, grabbed one because I knew I wanted one. Hopefully it'll be a shade of pink. And if not, it'll give me an excuse to get a pink one later, right? Well, thank you, Mel, for gifting the 5 memberships. I have you wrote down, and let's see who got those. Angela Mills, Yarn Barf, Gary Robertson, Renell, and a Variety Channel. Congratulations and welcome aboard. And thank you very much, Mel. Well, hello, Diana. Welcome in. Well, I will definitely look forward to seeing those, Deanna. Okay, so we're going to grab these outer two and our next two. And this is pretty much the same thing as we did at the very, very top. We're just repeating it. Yeah, I think the gifted memberships are so much fun. It gives people a chance that maybe, I don't do a whole lot of membership stuff. I need to do more. But it gives people maybe a little reminder sometimes that if they haven't been to the channel in a while, that, hey, that channel you had maybe wanted to check them out or you wanted to be part of their channel. So it's a great way to get a little reminder of a channel you may have forgotten about. And I say that from experience because I have been gifted memberships to channels. And when I went to check that membership out, I was like, oh yeah, I remember watching this channel before and I couldn't find them again. And then I was able to find them that way. So that was really cool. And thank you, Mel. I'll get you wrote down for that super sticker super chat. Thank you very much. Well, we have been doing macrame for about the last, was it about the last month, I guess. So there's, it's kind of jumbled. The first video is a standalone video, or no. First we do a live, then we do a standalone video for the very top bit, and then with the rest are in lives. It kind of got jumbled up, and if I knew more about technology, I would go through and make it so all of them, were in one video, but I don't know how to do all that. So if someone could teach me how to do all that, I would definitely give it a try. Let's see, we're going to go about up here on this side. And to make sure that we have it where we want it, we're going to stretch it across. If it lays even and not like this or like this, if it lays even, then we have it about the right distance. And we'll complete that other side. And then we'll keep going down. Yes, if you haven't made friends with the friends, please make friends with all the friends that are sharing what they're doing, because sharing is caring, and we want to get to know as many people as we possibly can, because if we can all gain inspiration and learn things from one another. We should never ever be in competition with anyone other than ourselves. No matter if we're making the same kind of projects or different kinds of projects, we all bring our own artistic style to everything we do. And there is no right or wrong way. In my opinion, if it goes together and makes the project and you like your finished result, then that's exactly the way that it should be. And don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Nine months. What did I miss? Oh, baby Karma is 9 months now? My goodness, has it been that long already? Time sure flies. The king and I were talking about that today, earlier. Uh-oh, I did one too many down here. Sorry about that. There we go. That's better. Why is that? Oh, there it is. See, my string was hiding from me. Thank you, Diana. I'm sure she is getting to be quite the handful. When they start getting where they can, pretty soon she'll be boogieing around on you. Then you'll get your workout in then every day, huh? There we go. All right, now we can start on our other side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 knots downwards. I had 7 originally. I'm sorry about that. I should have counted them. I was not paying attention and jibber jawing. She's trying so hard to walk. Oh my goodness. That little girl needs to know there's steps to these things. RSW Variety Channel, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Our friend Mel gifted you a membership. I hope that you enjoy being around here at Queen's Crafts. Right? Oh, chasing the babies down. I am so thankful that I did that when I was young. Because, ain't no way. I can barely keep up with the fur babies now. I do all right, I guess. You know, can't do it as fast as some, but do it better than others. So we've been out. We cleaned up an area. We cut it all, cut all the vines out, and picked up all the old dead leaves and pine straw and whatnot. And we expanded the girls' yard again. So we've been out doing a bunch of fencing and burning of leaves and stuff like that in our fire pit. So it has been a really busy few days, but quite enjoyable. We also went down to the Flower Town Festival in Summerville, South Carolina on Friday this week. Enjoyed a nice bike ride on the way down there. Almost got hit by a dingbat on her cell phone while we were down there and decided to come back home. Unfortunately, in the city, people just don't seem to pay a whole lot of attention when you're driving. And being on a very quiet motorcycle is not necessarily the best thing for you when you're in a very busy city. Yeah, her front bumper was meeting up with my leg. Thankfully, the King is very alert when he is driving the bike, and he was able to get us out of that predicament. And I, of course, shot daggers out of my eyeballs at her. Not that that helps, but, you know, I mean, get off the phone. It's really not that hard, you know? And I'm kind of, sort of, not real quickly, but kind of, sort of working on a new design with Dee's yarn. I'm working on a new dress with the virus stitch. So far, it's looking really pretty. Yeah, we have a headset on our full helmets. Um, when we have our half helmets on, we can just talk to each other because our motorcycle is so quiet that most cars aren't that quiet. So we can talk to each other when we have our half helmets on or when we're not wearing them. But when our full helmets are on, we have a Bluetooth headset that connects to one another so we can communicate. And we also utilize hand signals, and he'll tap me on the leg on whichever side he needs me to pay attention on or whatever. Um, or I'll tap him or whatever, and we can communicate that way pretty well as well. Yeah, there's a hands-free law in South Carolina now. They're not supposed to have a cell phone in their hand whatsoever, but in the cities they don't give a shit about that stuff. They're also not supposed to have the trucks that are what they call squatted, where the back end of the truck sits real low and the front end of the truck sits real high. So the nose sits pointing up towards the air, and they cannot see traffic in front of them appropriately, in my opinion. And I'm sure that's why they're illegal. But for whatever reason, those trucks, they're illegal. They're supposed to stop them and not allow them to drive them until they're repaired. Um, but they drive around all over the place down here. The cops don't do nothing about them. So they're just like they're not supposed to drive those which is side by sides and stuff like that in town or on the regular roads or whatever, and they do. They're also not supposed to stop in the middle of the road and talk to each other, but they do. Unfortunately, people make silly decisions every day. Here we go. Now we have one more layer to make, and then we are all done. Hello, Miss Kim. Welcome in. Excuse me, I had to get a little drink. Okay, so we are going to take these center 4 strands right here, and we are going to create a double square knot. Now this is the center 4 in the middle of our project again. And we're again going to leave approximately around the same amount of space as we did above. Again, it does not have to be perfect. No one's going to take a measuring tape or ruler to your project, and if they do, kick them in the pants. Because that's just silly. Hello, Miss Lisa. Yeah, I think that's pretty much gone nationwide for the most part, that no no phone while you're in the driver's seat unless you're like using GPS or whatever, something like that. Um, but they don't really pay attention to those things. And now we are gonna go down diagonally again, just creating that second row of stitches. Well, whatever you are comfortable with, Mel, and it really depends on what kind of project you are making. Um, you can get cotton macrame cord, you can get polyester macrame cord. I like cotton or polyester for like plant hangers and stuff like that. This right here is just some 5-weight yarn, some Bernat Maker Outdoor, because I didn't want anyone to have to spend a bunch of money to try out macrame if they weren't into it. The project we will be doing next month, I am going to use the macrame cord that you can get at Hobby Lobby, just because that is obtainable for everybody for the most part, I believe. If not, you can order macrame cord. You can use the same size as I am. You can use a different size to what I'm using. Hello, Dee. Welcome in, honey. Yeah, I like the Bluetooth stuff. It makes things a lot easier. Okay, we are going to do one more. Now, of course, we are doing a wall hanging here, but you could add more multiples and make yourself a curtain out of this exact pattern. Now I am going, let's see, there we go. Okay, so I'm going over here to the very edge again. And we're going to want that to meet up with that one over there. So that one needs to go just a little bit higher. There we go. And we're doing that double square knot again. And we're going to work in a downward diagonal direction until we meet up to this middle one again. What you working on tonight, Miss D? It's good to see you. I know you always got a fun project going on. Oh, Ganny Joe came in. Oh my goodness. Hey, Ganny Joe. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome in. And Moonlight Tracy, welcome in. Hey, sweetheart. And Miss Joyful Cynthia, welcome in. It's great to see you, sweetheart. Well, everybody's coming in. Y'all must have been at a party together. Coming in on the bus. Boy, oh boy, 35 in the house. Look at me being all popular and stuff. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up for me, I would really greatly appreciate it. And now, remember to come back next Monday night, especially if you know for sure that you are on the list. And if you made a comment, just a reminder, on last week's replay, you are on the list. So come back next week to see if your name was drawn. I will go through what we have as our giveaway in just a little bit here, as soon as we finish this other side. Look at that. So pretty. Now we are going to slide on over here and complete this side. Thank you, Miss D. I will get you wrote down. Love those hearts. Love, love, love. All right, we are going to work the second side here, and then our wall hanging is ready to go. And I have decided that I will be putting my example, not this one here, but my example for this project in the giveaway box so it can be won. So it will be one of the prizes available in next month's prize house. The child is driving her crazy. Oh no, Diana. Oh no. I hope you did well at your sale tonight, Dee. I didn't get to catch it all. I was out in the yard working with the king, but I did pop in for a little bit, and my device was there much longer than I was able to be there, unfortunately. But I did want to pop in and show a little love and support. Miss Cynthia's giving nugs. And for anyone that doesn't go to Miss Cynthia's house, well, you should. But nugs are just a great big hug around the neck. It is her channel's way of saying hello and they appreciate you. I think it's very, very sweet, as Miss Cynthia is. All right, Miss Mel, you have a good night. Sleep well, sweetheart. It was wonderful to see you. I'm going to do one more, and then we can go on the other side and work our way back down. And then we are all done. You know, if you used a string rather than a dowel and made this wide enough to be like the front half, you could make two panels and make this a really super cute macrame top as well. Just thinking about that. That would be adorable. I definitely should do something like that. Yes, yes, yes. Would any of you be interested in something like that? Would you be interested in a macrame wearable if I could wrangle it all together and figure it out? Obviously, we would have to use something a little nicer than macrame cable, because you'd want it wearing on your skin or wear it next to your skin, or, you know, a tank top or whatever. Oh, that could be so cute on the motorcycle. For sure, for sure. And I am in need of some new cute motorcycle clothes. Member for 5 months, Ganny Joe. Thank you very much for being a member, sweetheart. We are going to hop on over to this other side. See, y'all just being around y'all just makes me just think of new and fun things to give a try, you know? That'll be fun. Yes, 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 indeed. Okay. Yeah, the king was just asking me the other day when I was gonna make some new fun stuff to wear on the bike. Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, I'm a very quiet, laid back kind of person, but I have my little bit of spunky wild side too. And the way I dress is probably uh, my real spunky side coming out most of the time. Love you too, Miss D. Yeah, the things that I have been inspired to make because of watching people on YouTube, or the ideas that I have, come up with because of seeing the amazing things that other people do. Just the inspiration is endless when you have incredibly gifted and talented friends. It's all good, Jen, right? Got to have fun stuff on the motorcycle. And we got a bike event coming up for our club, our here pretty soon. So we're going to be going off on to that. Do our first camping trip with the motorcycle. That's going to be a blast. Here we go. So we can pull that back a little bit. And there is our completed project. So that looks pretty cool. Thank you to everybody that has worked along with me or that intends to make it. And thank you to the ones even that just watched me make it. I very much appreciate your love and support, and love having time to hang out with you guys while we're working on something crafty. Oh, that sounds like fun, Terry. One of the people that rides around us has a sidecar that looks like a minivan, and his great big Great Pyrenees rides in that sidecar. The dog is bigger than the bike. Well, Miss Sally, I'm sure that you did an awesome job. Mine is not perfect either. I can actually point out too, like this side here is slightly lower than this side here. I probably will go back and fix that. Um, but even up here, I'll show you up here. Okay. This knot is not even with this knot there, and they should be. So I I am not perfect, you know, but it's beautiful. And unless someone came up and used a ruler and looked at it way too hard, you can't tell, you know. And that's one of my favorite things about our craft is you can be extremely picky about things and make everything perfect if that's what you need to do, or you can let things lie a little bit. And either way, you're going to have an absolutely beautiful project. Yeah, that's really sad. It's sad to have to lose any of our fur babies. And unfortunately our great big fur babies, the great big dogs, they don't get to stay with us very long. You know, they're wonderful animal, wonderful beings, but they only get a short time with us. I really enjoyed doing this project with you, Sally. It has literally made me do a happy dance every time I got a message from you saying, I've caught up, I'm ready for the next step. I just love it. It makes me so very happy that I have someone to craft with, that I can, share a little knowledge with, because to me, knowledge is meant to be shared, you know, um, and shared freely, because you can always learn something from another person, you know, because none of us know it all, for sure. None of us know it all. So if I can teach you a little something, then maybe sometime down the road, then you can teach it to somebody else, or maybe you can teach me something else, or teach somebody else something else, because you were given the gift of learning, you know. You're able to pass that on to another, and to me, that is the most wonderful thing. Hey, Yolanda, great to see you, my friend. Or should I say, yo, yo? Well, thank you, Angela. I just try to be myself. I can't be anybody else. I'd forget who I was being. So, I I just got to be me. And sharing the love of the crafts is what I truly truly love. So, oh goodness. Is Yolanda taking off already? Love you too, Miss Cynthia. Can't wait till we can get together again. Went and got me a haircut. This style right here is called motorcycle. I put some stuff in my hair, and then we went for a bike ride, and it went whoosh. So I was like, well, eh. The lady cut it wrong, though. She went way too high up on my head. She didn't leave any on the side, but it's cute anyways. You know. Yeah, I like the spunky, the feisty hair. But yes, let's oh goodness. Talk about our supply. So what I'm going to be using, whoa, that was crazy. What I'm going to be using for next month's project, this is a preemptive list because I haven't made the pattern yet. Same, Lisa, same. So done with long hair. King would love for me to grow my hair out long, because I used to, my hair, including the front, the bangs, went all the way past my bum. But it's hot in South Carolina, and I just can't. Even the hair that I had last week, where it was long enough to pull, was just too much. I was already sweating this summer, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. So what we will need is a wooden ring or a metal ring, whatever you can get. This one, I believe, is about 1.5 inches. You can obtain these on Amazon. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, probably at Michael's. Other craft stores might have them. Possibly could find them at Walmart. These ones I did order off of Amazon because most of the time that's just easier. I don't generally go out too often without the king with me. I will also be using some of this macrame cord, craft cord. It is a 2mm cord. You can use a bigger cord if you like. That is perfectly fine. You can use cotton cord if you like. That is perfectly fine. Matter of fact, it might actually be better. This is going to have a little bit more stretch to it than cotton will. I'm simply using this because I have it on hand and I have beads that it will work with. So that's what I'm going to use. I said this is 2mm. It's 100 yards. I paid $3.99 for this roll. You will not need any more than one roll. And then beads. You can use smaller beads. You can use bigger beads. Whatever you want to use. That the hole is big enough in the bead for the cable that you're the cord that you're using. That's all you'll need. Of course, your fingers. You don't have to have the beads if you don't want them. You can go with just the ring and just the cord if you want. I would say 4 to 8 beads. And a lot of times, now, you can get these beads at Hobby Lobby. Sometimes you can get them at Walmart. I think you can probably get them at Michael's. These ones I got off of Amazon. I am not sponsored or affiliated. But these particular beads actually did come with some jute cord. So you can also use jute for this. That would be plenty strong enough to do this. However, jute is going to be really mean to your hand. I wouldn't suggest using it. It's not my favorite to use, but it is very, very strong and would make a very strong project. I think I paid 10 or 15 bucks for this great big bag. Now, obviously, you do not need a bag this big. You can just get a small pack at Hobby Lobby or my. Yeah, I would say a minimum of 4 because we're gonna have 4 coming down, but maybe 8. I can't foresee myself using more than 2 per arm, but yeah, Five Below might have some. That's very true. Most of the Five Belows around me, unfortunately, closed. No, not Five Below. That's the other one I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different store. Five Below is around. I like that store. I get some pretty neat books out of there sometimes. Lisa, mine has always been short, but to see it. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I used to like grow out my hair and then I would donate it every so often, but yeah, I can't grow it out like that no more. It's just too hot. Too hot for all that yuckiness. And let's see, we need to put in our word for the night. Let me get that ready. All right, this is just for a opportunity to get into the live draw that will be drawn next week. Because we are all royalty in this house. Put it in a couple times just to make sure that StreamYard picks you up. We will be drawing 5 names tonight. There we go. And I thank you all for coming and spending time with me. And let's see. Miss Angela Mills, can you pick a number for me? 1 through 31 minus number 8, 16, 21, or 24. So any number 1 through 31 that is not number 8, 16, 21, or 24. Well, I am hopefully going to get in a members only live this next weekend. That's what I'm planning on. I'm going to try to do a spinning live number 29. All right. Now I will bring that up to the camera there. I know I'm little. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I just said that I was going to put it in there. I forgot that I put it in there already. The wall hanging that we made. So guess what? That's the example that I was telling you guys about earlier that I said I was going to put into the draw. My memory is awful, and I had already put it in the draw, and it was just pulled. So that is awesome. And it is sitting right here. And there she is. That means that the winner next week and myself will share a wall hanging in common. That is a really fun idea. See if your name gets picked. And please do remember that I cannot see the screen while we're doing this draw. I am on a different screen, so we are going to start drawing now. Miss Lisa, congratulations. Miss Deanna, welcome. Congratulations. Lois Deal, congratulations. And welcome. If I didn't welcome you in earlier, I'm sorry that I missed your name coming up. Miss Mary, congratulations. And last but not least, please do remember to come back and leave a comment on the replay, as we will draw replay winners for next time, but they will go into next month's draw. And congratulations, Miss Tammy. Thank you very much for stopping by and taking part. Thank you all for coming by and taking part and spending time with me this week. Okay. So, for this month, we had a medium bag that got upgraded to a large bag because I didn't have any medium bags made. So you have a poinsettia bag. This is a tote bag, boxed bottom, reversible. So if it is not poinsettia season, you can just reverse it and have a pretty red bag. Besides that, we have, oh, I dropped it. Oh, goodness. We have 2 hot pads or trivets or coasters or however you want to use them. I use them for hot pads, but you can't, use them on something that's coming out straight out of the oven for these because they will melt if the temperature is too hot. But they are great for grabbing the lid of your pot or grabbing the handle of your pot. They're great for that. Or putting a hot cup of coffee on. They're great for that. They are loomed with the loops. So those are going in our bag. We also have a hook stand, paintbrush holder, hook holder. I use this for my hooks all the time. Really, really like it. It pops together very easy. Going in the bag. Now this I do need to stain yet, but it will be stained and ready to go by next week. It is a box that we made together. We painted the lake and put all the gems and the moss on and the little duckies. Warning, the duckies do glow in the dark, so if you walk out of the room, come back with the lights off and see something glowing, don't jump out of your skin. It's just their new little duckies. Our box opens up. So this is great for stitch markers or odds and ends. And then we have hand spun, hand dyed yarn. This is some of my yarn. I can rehank this if you would prefer it in a hank. Otherwise, it will come caked up. If you need to know the yardage, I will definitely run it through my yardage calculator and give you an estimate on that. Not a problem, so that you know roughly about what size project you can get. My suggestion would be to use a bigger hook, 4 to 4.5, maybe a 5 millimeter. This is about a 2-weight yarn. It is quite thin. It is 2 plies. And like I said, it was hand dyed and hand spun by yours truly. So if you make something up with it, I would love to see it. Please do send pics. And that is going in the bag. And then, of course, our macrame example. Going in the bag. So that is our prize pack for the month. Not too bad, I don't think. Lots of fun homemade things. Lots of one-of-the-kind things. That to me is lots of fun. Well, ooh, straighten that up a little bit. There we go. And besides, we will have a matching project, which is all kinds of fun. Go. All right. Oh, sounds like fun. Crochet pants. Yes. I have crochet shorts. I have 2 pairs of crocheted shorts. I love them. Well, my friends here are worth everything to me. They really are. And, I don't have it to give money a lot. If I get a check every month, I'm very lucky. Most months I don't get one. Not complaining or anything like that, not begging for anything, just talking, just telling you how it is. Um, if I get $100 check every 2 to 3 months, I'm doing really good. So I'm not here for the money. I want to share it back with my friends because without you guys coming to watch me, I wouldn't have it in the first place. So what I do with it is usually I will buy stuff for the channel, like the camera that you're watching me on, the computer that I'm, using to live stream with. And now, shipping for the giveaways, stuff to make stuff for the giveaways because I can gift a lot more gifts if I make them by hand than if I do expensive balls of yarn or stuff like that. So it's just my way of being able to give out to more people. It's kind of greedy in a way, but I love sharing with everybody and making. It's oh, MDL, you are so sweet. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much. And you know what? For that, I need you to pick a number for me. 1 through 31 minus number 8, 16, 21, 24, or 29. Because for that kind of a super sticker, super chat, we draw a name or draw a number from the house, and that gets added to our giveaway. So thank you very much for gifting me and also gifting whomever wins the giveaway next month or this next live when we draw. So thank you very much, and I will get you wrote down. Well, thank you very much, Lisa. I love having you here. Oh, okay. I looked away. Anyways, I'm sorry about that. I need you to pick a number from the prize house here. Numbers 1 through 31 minus number 8, 16, 21, 24, or 29. So any number that isn't one of those numbers out of these numbers. I know that gets a little confusing after we've picked a few numbers out of the house every month. Maybe we can come up with a dice roll or something that makes that a little easier. I don't know. Number 12. That's a good number. Let's see, number 12. Well, would you look at that? We got a small bag. It is hot here, Chris. It is. And all these lights. We're going to go with 2 small bags because MDL was so very generous. We are going to go with a takeout bag. Now this one here, as you can see, it's Christmassy on the outside, right? But like I said, the great thing about all my bags, except my zipper bags, is they're reversible. So you can totally rock a really cute burgundy bag. And it will hold a 100-gram cake plus a 50-gram cake. This is great for socks, great for hats. You slip it on your wrist. You put your yarn inside. You snap everything up. Your yarn comes from the very center of your snaps. You can walk and work, crochet, knit, whatever you do while you're working. And then if you sit down, your bag never has to touch the ground. Hangs on your wrist. It's wonderful. This is one of the bags I designed because of my anxiety, because going out in public sometimes is a little bit stressful. And for me, having a crochet or knitting project along really, really helps. So we'll have this one here. There we go. Put that away, because otherwise I will forget. And then we have this one here. Now this is a 100-gram cake bag. This bag is absolutely fabulous for your one skein projects, sock projects, hat projects, scarf projects, and for us ladies or the gentlemen that like to carry like a crossbody bag, you can stuff your little cake in this bag and your hook or your needles, whatever you're using. You might be able to get Tunisian needles in here as long as they're the cabled ones. I'm pretty sure they'd fit. And then I have to put the snaps on, but you can snap it this way. Come on. Fingers work. Where it's across from one another and leaves a great big hole in the center so that you can work out of your bag. Or you can snap it crossways, diagonally from each other, which closes your bag up nice and tight. What I do is I keep a bag like this in my pocketbook all the time with a pair of socks in it, and it goes everywhere with me. That way, if I get stuck at the pharmacy waiting on a prescription for an extra 10-15 minutes, I pop my little bag out of my pocketbook, I work on my project, and then when it's my turn, I can get up and take care of my business. And I got a little something done while I was out in public and didn't have to get all nervy about it. So I love having these bags. And again, like my other bags, if you're not into gnomes, say, because I'm one of the odd crocheters that is not a gnomey person, you can always flip it the other way around and have yourself an orange bag. So There we go. Oh, no problems, MDL. I think everyone understands that auto incorrect is a problem. Yeah, I mean, they're okay, I guess, but yeah, they're not my thing. I know a lot of people really like them though. So, I don't diss them, but orange is Michael's favorite color. I will have to keep that in mind. Hmm, noted. I will put the snaps on this when I'm staining that. Thank you all very, very much for making such a wonderful prize pack for whomever wins our prize next week. Thank you, Jen. I will look at that as soon as I get out of here. And if you guys are ever looking for a bag from me, please do reach out. I would be happy to make you something. I have a lot of fabric on hand, but if I don't have something on hand that suits your fancy, I can almost always find what it is that you're looking for, and I love making custom sets. So please do reach out to me for your bag needs, whether you want small bags, large bags, or something all the way around. Right? I can't wait to find out who gets to enjoy such a fun pack. How come nothing rhymes with orange? I'm not sure. And I also have just a little bit of yarn left over. I have a few hanks um, sitting around that never got picked up. So, and I'm also able to do custom dyes if you are into having your yarn dyed with natural, environmentally safe ways. I'm always willing to do a custom dye for you as well, whether that be a box set or just a few hanks. Oh, oh, excuse me. Oh, fiber. Let me show you what I have real quick. Someone was asking me the other day, so let me show. Oh, we have 2 hanks of self-striping yarn. This is a dark green, a brighter green, bright blue, and a navy blue, and it will self-stripe. It was made up into a sock blank and dyed in a sock blank and then rehanked. So the colors will end up self-striping. This one is called Magic Meadow. My yarn is $25 a hank, and that includes shipping inside the USA and reduced shipping for anyone outside of there. Yes, and I do have quite a few different sets available as far as my bags go. Now, this one here, I called Fauna. This one is pink, blues, and kind of purplish tones because of where the pinks and blues meet up. Oh, I should tell you, they're all number 2 yarns, 2 weight, 393 yards, 100% superwash merino, and of course it's hand dyed by me with kitchen safe dyes and sometimes herbs. And then we have this set here, which is purples and blues. We have light, couple different blues, some purples, and some pinky purple tones. And this one's called Hemdale. Again, this one here is 437 yards, so a little bit more yardage in this set. But we have two of those. I didn't use flowers to dye these ones, but they are dyed with food coloring. So that way no chemicals get into my ground. I also use my wood stove as often as possible, if not time setting, therefore not using any electricity or outside heat sources, that cost the environment anything other than what I'm already using to heat my house. This one here is just one hank, and this one's called Hemdale. And this one again is different blues and a little bit of red, which mixed with the blues. So we have a little bit of purple. It seems like I dye a lot of blues, pinks, and purples. And this one is blue lace agate, and this one is just shades of blue. So that is what I have. So if you are interested in any of them, please do reach out to me. So, because they would love a home. They would love to be worked up into something wonderful, and I would love to see that. Uh, oh, goodness. But remember that next week we will have our live draw, and we should hopefully everything going right. And the king doesn't keep me too busy this week. We will start our macrame plant holder next week. Worst case scenario, we'll put it off for 1 week and we'll just gather our supplies next week. But well, I'm truly hoping that I can get everything done and get my example made so that I know where I'm going with you guys and not just flying by the seat of my pants. We don't want to do that. So I think I am gonna head on out of here. I'm gonna go spend a little time with the king, maybe watch a movie, and start working on some of this embroidery so that I can figure out how to get his shirts right. Yeah, no kids for Easter this year, I don't think. I haven't heard from my sister. She's been really, really busy doing that's what I meant to tell you guys. If you're over on my Facebook group page, I have been sharing my sister's makes. I know Miss Sally Kindness would Sally Stevens would enjoy what my sister's been up to. She's been making little buttons, some that say you matter and other things, just about caring and stuff like that. She is making buttons and just giving them out to people. Just to brighten their day. And some of those buttons have actually come full circle and made it back in her vicinity, where she has found people that have found people, or found the people that people found that have gotten buttons. So if you guys are maybe interested in procuring yourself some buttons to give out to people just as a little you matter or sentiment such as that, it would be awesome if you would reach out to my sister and maybe talk to her about getting some of those, because I know that she would really appreciate someone appreciating what she's doing. I hope soon to have her come and join me live so she can tell you about the fun things that she's doing with her laser engraver and all kinds of fun technical stuff that she's doing crafty wise. It's a lot of fun. She's making really awesome things. And I would love to show you guys her makes as well. So hopefully soon I will be able to get that put together and we will be able to come together and introduce you guys to my younger sister. So she is an amazingly crafty lady herself. But until next time, I'm going to head on out of here. You guys go and have a wonderful crafty week. I hope that you are making beautiful things. If you want to share with me what you're making, I would love to see some pictures. Until next time, bye for now, my friends.